And we're back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of CSGO News. I hope you all enjoyed. Today's going to be probably a lengthy episode, a lot of news to share with all of you. As always, let's get right into it, cat shirt style. Oh, fresh to the death of me. Oh, man. Our first story today comes from Dennis Kostin and some other Navi Dota 2 players. Dennis Kostin, obviously known as C's, the Navi CSGO player, and just a couple days ago they actually won the Counterpit Finals versus Astralis. They won their last game quite convincingly. I believe it was a 16-5 victory, but it seemed like Dennis actually went to the casinos. I think due to the timing of this tweet, they actually won the Counterpit Finals and right afterwards went right to the casinos, which is okay, but again, gambling's kind of a slippery slope, and here's what Dennis tweeted out. And if you remember this tweet, the same Dennis Kostin was actually in the casino on the night before their final match. And then the day after, Dennis posted this, saying they lost on effing black. We weren't really sure how much they bet until we looked at their Dota 2 player. Again, I can't pronounce his name, but he stated this: "Don't worry, guys, it was only 1K. Yeah, only $1,000, right? Screw you. And again, I totally understand, some of these LAN events, especially if you don't have fans there. I think Counterpit did allow fans in there, but I imagine they do get quite boring, especially when you go back to your hotel room. There's nothing to do when you're in a hotel room full of guys. Only so many of you can sneak off to the bathroom at a time. When there's a casino attached to your hotel, I understand, but again, it's a slippery slope. Just as a coach, I'd be wary of having kids gambling away their, all their winnings. As a coach of Navi, you want your kids to not, necessarily be doing all these things, because always the house wins. So be careful gambling, kids. Trust me, I know. And as always, what is CSGO News without Thorin getting into a fight on Twitter, this time with FaZe member Maikelele. Maikelele earlier in the day had stated on a tweet that a loud and annoying crowd was actually a cool thing, but I'm not sure he meant to word it so poorly. That's when Thorin fired back with this tweet, and then Maikelele referred back to him and hit him with the classic, "You mad?" Dang, Daniel! The roast, man! You mad? I'm not. This just pisses me off so much. I'm showing it like 1K. Don't worry, guys. Only $1,000. Shut up! Also, while we're on the topic of FaZe member of the CSGO team, Maikelele, he actually shouted out FaZe Temper earlier this week. FaZe Temper came out with his YouTube video of a year in the life of FaZe Temper. Now, I know FaZe Temper is not actually, I'm just going to start calling him Temper for short. He's not actually connected to CSGO directly, but he is the owner of FaZe, or a partial owner of FaZe, who owns a CSGO team. So therefore, by the transitive property, he's kind of like a member of the CSGO community. Awesome movie, I watched it, it's pretty dang good. Has already over 60,000 likes on YouTube, feel free to check that one out. Again, he is living the life as an owner of FaZe. I don't know if he's very intertwined with YouTube, he doesn't upload too many videos, but when he does, they're very, very good quality. And of course, him being like a good looking man just makes everything that much better. I mean, you ever just like have these guys in your life where you don't have a crush on them, but you just look at them and like, dang, like you have been blessed by the gods. And of course, we have our tweet of the day coming from Mojo on PC, another FaZe CSGO YouTuber. I had to include this because he is the funniest guy, and all of this is true, so here's what he tweeted out. He tweeted out and saying he woke up with a broken thumb and a cup full of pee on his desk, making sure to mention it was a fun night. And if you guys are a fan of Mojo, you know that admittedly on Q&As and multiple videos, he admits that when he gets drunk or when he drinks too much, he actually is a peer. He's one of those guys who just pees in random places, whether it be in bathrooms, on floors, or in this case, in cups. I hope it was his own piss in the cup. We gotta hope this is his mouse hand he broke his thumb on, because if he broke his other thumb on the Wasta keys, he won't be jumping around on CSGO for a while, and possibly not making CSGO commentaries. Get it? That was a spacebar CSGO joke. Thought I'd fit that one in there. As you can see here, FaZe actually lost 2 maps to Mousesports, and you can see also Maikelele tweeting out G's in a really frustrated way. And this happened because just 2 days ago, as I said before, they dropped 2 games to Mousesports, and the first one on Cash was a huge comeback for Mousesports, and that's why he tweeted out that. And he was obviously very frustrated. Again, a huge victory though for Mousesports. Then next up for map number 2, Mousesports took down FaZe on Dust 2. Not too convincingly, it was a close game. FaZe almost came back at the end, but they swept the series with FaZe, and again, a huge victory for Mousesports. We also had 2 teams the other day, like Tempo Storm and CLG, facing off in a best-of-3 series, and CLG was actually able to best them convincingly on the map number 3 to take the series 2-1, but more surprisingly, Winterfoxx took on Team Liquid and actually tied the two-game series 1-1, which is absolutely amazing for Winterfoxx, and Team Liquid really looking not too good down the stretch. Then we have a guy named Matus Skudler, I don't know how to pronounce his name, frick it. And he's actually a G2 League of Legends top laner. I know this is CSGO News, calm down, this is funny, trust me. And he tweeted out this: "My coach actually got me breakfast in bed, or to bed. He's a god. Girls, hurry and marry him while he's still single." I just thought I'd include that because I'm really wondering how close the G2 League of Legends team is. They seem to be quite close with one another. And you guys all know I've been a Cloud9 doubter the past few videos, especially on this channel, and it's okay because they didn't perform too well in the past 2 weeks, but for the past week or so, they've been looking amazing, especially with this sweep over Optic Gaming. I know Optic Gaming might be one of those more overrated teams in the NA scene, but still to sweep them, Cloud9 is looking very, very good on top of their game heading into MLG Columbus within the next 10 days. Awesome for them. Congrats, guys. And the last matches I'll cover in this episode were actually Optic Gaming versus Cloud9. Cloud9 convincingly swept them in a 2-0 series, but also Selfless Gaming took off versus Splyce, and Selfless Gaming also beat Splyce quite convincingly, which is kind of embarrassing for Splyce. They have not been going too well down the stretch. Hopefully they can bounce back for MLG Columbus. This makes me look ripped, but I'm so skinny. As always, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of CSGO News. I think it was a lot shorter of a series or episode than I thought it was going to be, but I shared the news faster. I think in the future I want to share things, fast fire, rapid off topics. I don't want to sit and, talk for 26 minutes about some topic that you guys don't want to hear about. So in the future, to improve the series, I'm going to make this a lot faster for all of you. That way you sit down for 5 minutes, you get all your news like that. As always, remember, live, love, laugh a lot. Remember, I like you. I'll see you next time. Leave a comment down below what I can do to improve this series. My next episode will be in my apartment back at college because spring break's officially over. I made the most of it. I was kind of productive, and I hope you all enjoyed this series. I'm going to keep it up. You guys have been great on the feedback. As always, remember, live, love, laugh a lot. I like you, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.